Okay, so meet Rantha. This is a gift that I gave to myself in 2019, and I contacted a intuitive channeler, and she has this ability to connect with one of your guides and do a chalk portrait and also send a message in regards to what comes through as she's drawing this beautiful picture. So all I sent to her was my full name, my birth date, and within a week, this beautiful picture came in the mail. And when I looked at him, he's very handsome. And the letter that came enclosed was discussing how this was my spiritual guardian, Rantha, and he came forward with this energy and also the rainbow wolf. And he connects with me through my past life. We've had a past life together as partners. And he talks of being a teacher to me, like he's asking me to connect with the teacher within myself, and that I have the ability to get to the crux of any issue and break it down into simple, workable parts. He says to me, "You may not see this as a gift, but not everyone can step back and address issues this way. Your journey is a healing one where you will find this gift in high demand by others when they come to you for healing, counseling, and leave feeling lighter and more able to cope with their lives. Share your thoughts and stories with others and allow the teacher healer within you to grow as Rantha and the wolf guide your steps to self-mastery. As always, the spirit walks beside in silent counsel." So that was the message that came through for that particular picture. And when I read that in 2019, I knew that there was something powerful about it, but I didn't know that that was predicting today. Like when I look back at the words, how he says, you've got stories to share with others, we've been a past life together, I've got the ability to break down issues and put them in simple workable parts. Everything makes sense because that's who I am today with many of my friends. Now, let's bring it forward. So now in December 2020, I decided to see a facilitator because I started exploring quantum healing hypnosis technique by Dolores Cannon. So the acronym is QHHT. And this lady, Dolores, was a pioneer in the 1960s who developed a unique way to switch off the egoic personal mind and allow the subconscious, the higher self, or the intelligence to come forward. Through many sessions with clients, she finally worked out that these people were able to recall past lives, which proved that the soul never died. It was actually reincarnating in new bodies, but the soul keeps remembering lots of many timelines. And she started to teach this technique to many people. And what happens, you need to go into a hypnosis by a professional facilitator that's been trained in this in particular style. And once you are guided into the theta stage of consciousness, you're still aware of your surroundings and your breath, but you start to focus on the questions and your ego steps out of the way. And what happens is the inner truth, your divinity, comes forward and starts to speak. Now, when you go and find a facilitator, I went onto the website and I found one locally about 20 minutes from my house, and she was level 1. So there's facilitators sign up to the program, they do the course, but for them to get clients and for them to step up in their accreditation, they need to have a certain amount of clients, put those recordings and whatever their notes through, and then it gets up leveled. So I found a level 1 because I was just open to the idea, and it was an exchange. I gave her a sound healing as a thank you. So when I came to her house, it was early Saturday morning, we sat down in this room and we were just chatting about life, where I was at, what I was doing, talked about my family. It was almost like a counseling session. I went in there very open, very honest. I had nothing to hide. She probably learned more about me from that one session than my own family, because I put everything out on the table. I had nothing to hide. And then it turned into afternoon, and we're like, we need to do this QHHT session, because that's what I came here for. So by the time we actually started the session, if I got there at 10, I don't think we even started till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we had been talking all that time, non-stop. So then I went and I lay down on like a single bed, and she sat beside me very close. She had like a little recording. She had that ready set up, because as I was going to go under in hypnosis, she was going to record that and send me a copy. Now, because I already meditate, it didn't take long for me to get into hypnosis. And it was a very strange feeling. It was, for me, I'm going to say that my session is very different to many others. The friends that I sent afterwards, when they did this session with the same facilitator, their recollection of a past life played out like a movie. So they were actually seeing their own life, or their previous life, I should say, as a movie. For me, I could not see anything. It was still black. But what I noticed, it was a recalled memory. So now what was kicking in was this memory of what it was like. Okay, so I can't see it, but I'm recalling the memory. So what happens, I've gone into this hypnosis, and now she's asked me to, I'm on a cloud. It sounds really weird. I'm on a cloud. I come down, and I'm now in this new environment. And now when I'm under hypnosis, she's asking me, what do you see? And I start to explain to her that I'm in an open field. It's like a paddock. I can see horses. I can see a black and a brown and a cream, and I know that these are mine, and they're in a structure where they're behind a fence, and I go up to them and I pat them, and she keeps asking me questions like, what are you wearing? Look at yourself. And now I'm recalling, I'm looking down, and again, I can't see it, but it's a recalled memory that I'm wearing beige colored tunic. I've got knee-high handmade brown leather boots. Like, it's very descriptive. And the way I speak, it's my voice, but the tone is a bit different. It's a descriptive way of speaking, but it's not the way I would normally speak. It's very calm. It's very smooth. Like, it's like that. It's like you're talking slowly, because you're actually like observing this new environment. I go on to say that I'm wearing a necklace, and I've got, what have I got here? I'm wearing red, blue, and white, like stones around my necklace. I'm in a good health. And then she asked me to walk to where I live, and then I'm explaining there's teepees, and I can see families talking and chatting. Then she asks me to go inside where I live, and I go in there and I explain to her there's this basic bedding, there's a man, he's cross-legged, he's doing some meditation, there's a little girl in the corner and she's playing with the doll, and I can see all these herbs and things are getting heated and tonics, and I realize, oh, this is what I do. It was in this moment, under hypnosis, she asks me to go up to the man, and I stand and I wait for him, and he steps up and he looks at me. He's quite big, he's quite a big fella. And I remember saying under hypnosis, crying, I go, it's Rantha! And I start to like seriously bawl my eyes out, and I'm crying, and it's almost like the penny has dropped. That picture that I showed you before is my man. He's my love of my life, my beloved. And I know that he's my husband, or he's my soulmate. And I look at him and I go, Rantha, Rantha, and I'm crying, and I'm saying under hypnosis, oh, I remember, oh my goodness, I remember. And it's like we are having this embrace, this loving hold to be united in this state of consciousness. And I'm saying to him, whilst under hypnosis, I'm sobbing, I missed you, my love, I miss you so much, I want to hug you, I miss you so much, my love, my love. Like, I'm saying this over and over again. And when I heard the playback, when I got home, I was just gobsmacked, because I was like, oh wow, that's really me, but not me, if that makes sense. It's my soul, my past life coming through me, through my words. So I'm hugging him, and then this little girl comes to my legs, and she's hugging my legs because she's quite little, and I'm stroking her hair, and then I realize, oh, that little girl's my daughter. Like I've put the two and two together, who she is. And the facilitator keeps asking you questions like, what do you do? And I'm explaining, well, we're shamans and we work together, and I collect all these herbs and berries, and then he does the main healing, but I'm here to play the drum and, you know, the background, and I help to get all the ingredients. And it's so weird because I wasn't even thinking about that picture when I went into this session, but I described it perfectly. Like I said, he's got a red scarf, he's got a tan chiseled face, he's got strong masculine features. Like, it was everything. I just could not believe it. And it was so beautiful to telepathically, like, we are speaking to each other, and I'm telling him, my love, thank you, and he's telling me, sorry, thank you, my love, for crossing over. This is what we did. We are healers together. You need to remember that. Do not doubt. And it was then that the facilitator said, okay, we need to leave that scene. And I'm going to let you get the book so you can find out more about what happened. But let me tell you, past life regressions are amazing. You do need to find a qualified facilitator that is experienced, has really good testimonials, and you need to go in there with an open heart, surrender, and just see what happens. Not everybody will go to their past life. It just depends on how open you are and how willing you are to drop your guard, because your ego has to step out of the way. But I'm not going to give you too much more, but it is a fascinating story. This chapter will blow your mind, because then I connect to my higher self and I ask myself some questions and I give myself the answers from a higher self perspective. And then I also reveal a lot more about these particular characters, especially Rantha. So I will close that chapter now. Chapter 13, probably one of my favorite chapters, learning about shamanism and past life regression. So that's the quantum healing hypnosis technique. Check it out from my book. Bye for now.